Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today, you guys, I have so many videos to film over on this channel. It's just that this is always the channel that I get to like later in the day. And then by that time, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. So I have so many videos that I wanna film over here. I have got a haul. I bought a bunch of new books that I wanna show. I've got an Audible haul. I've been meaning to do an Audible haul for like months now over here. So that's 2 videos. Today's the Alex Cross update video. I've also pulled from my bookshelves all the books I want to read this summer, and then in the basement I have a crate of books that I want to read this summer that are all like the Fear Street books and The Face in the Milk Carton, all those cheesy like teen books from the 80s. I have a crate of those down there that I'm trying to read. I want to give you guys an update on what I'm currently reading. I've been doing that on my vlog a little bit, but I've got so many videos over. I've got a lot of reviews to do. I've got so many reviews to do at this point that I'm thinking about like combining my Audible reviews and combining I have like a stack in the kitchen of like this many books that I finished reading that I'm like, I've got to do this. But today is the James Patterson Alex Cross update video. Let's talk about the last 3 books that we read for May, which were 13, 14, and 15. And then we're going to talk about the next 3 books, which were 16, 17, and 18. I've already got them downloaded on Audible. This month's books are very, very short. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'll be honest with you, it's been a while since I listened to these books, so I am going to have to go in, read the synopsis, and hopefully remember them. And I will tell you, as I read the synopsis, also what I rated the book. So book 13 was Double Cross by James Patterson, View Book Details, which I ended up giving 2 stars. I think I gave all 3 of these books really, really low ratings. I gave it 2 stars. Okay, so the synopsis of Double Cross is: just when Alex thought his life was calming down into a routine of patients and therapy sessions, he finds himself back. Oh, I just remember what the third one was. Okay, he finds himself back in the game. This time to catch a criminal mastermind like no other. A spate of elaborate murders in Washington, D.C. have the whole East Coast on edge. They are like nothing Alex Cross and his new girlfriend, Detective Brianna Stone, have ever seen. With each murder, the case becomes increasingly complex. There's only one thing Alex knows. The killer adores an audience. As victims are made... Why am I not remembering this book at all? As victims are made into gruesome spectacles citywide, inducing a media hysteria... Oh, I remember it now. Okay. A genius of... It becomes clear to Alex that the man he's after is a genius of terror, and he's after fame. The killer has the whole city by its strings, and he'll stop at nothing to become the most terrifying star that Washington, D.C. has ever seen. Okay, so... First of all, I just want to say, I'm real over Kyle Craig in all these books. Okay, I just wish they would get rid of Kyle Craig. Is this the book where Kyle Craig gets out of prison? Okay, that he escapes out of prison with the attorney that switched places with him, or is that the next one? I'm real tired of Kyle Craig, and Kyle Craig, like, creeping around and being like, okay, like, I'm coming to see you, Alex Cross, all this kind of stuff. Number 1 in these books. I was talking to Mel. So, Mel, my book club partner, my good Judy Mel. Hey, Mel, how are you? She's reading all these too. We're listening to them on Audible now. The thing about the Audible version of any of the Alex Cross books is the music is annoying as hell. They play, like, throughout the book, they play, like, the suspense music. And the music is so loud that you kind of can't even really hear the narration, number 1. Number 2, the sexy time scenes of when Alex Cross is having sexy times, they always play this, like, jazzy romantic music, okay? It's weird. It's just weird. Number 2. Number 3... Alex Cross has more relationships than anybody I have ever met, okay? I mean, it's like every book, it's constantly changing, and it's just, I'm kind of real over at this point. I'm not really interested in the sexual prowess of Alex Cross. I don't really care at all. And it's so, like, it'll be like all this really weird stuff happens, and then all of a sudden Alex Cross is like, he's like hooking up with some woman, and it's like this sexy time. I don't know. I just don't love it. This book, to me, I did not love. I gave it 2 stars. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember it that well. Let me read some of the reviews. Alex Cross is enjoying his private life and private therapy. However, he gets pulled into police business. Is this the one about the couple that act like they're his clients? Is that the one it is? Someone on a serial killing spree and they want an audience, plus Kyle Craig has escaped prison. Yes, okay, this is the one where Kyle Craig has escaped prison and, like, switched places with his attorney, and then the attorney, like they find him dead in his jail cell. Like the rest of the series, it's very formulaic. Is there anybody else that says anything on this? Not as impressive as Kiss the Girls. Most of the characters are back to normal, with the devious and psychopathic Kyle Craig causing havoc from prison, and no, he's out of prison in this one. Why, oh why do I confuse? Somebody said, continue to do this to myself. Lots and lots of white space. Super dad, super cop, super doc Alex solves the mystery, but only when he isn't chasing his new girlfriend, trying to find time to have sex with her. I agree. Okay, I am not a prude. I really enjoy good sex scenes in fiction, but this is getting ridiculous. When Patterson has first conceived the Alex Cross character, he is what drew readers in. He was an excellent cop, doctor with a good single dad. Now I think Patterson just keeps rehashing the same book with different female leads. No more for me. I kind of agree with that. Nobody is even talking about the specifics of this book. Does nobody remember it? Alex Cross, any Alex Cross book with Kyle Craig back in the picture is entertaining. I don't think so. I think it's played out at this point. Of Alex Cross and his past friendship. So I actually got into the aspect of the crime plot. The DCAK. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, the DCAK killing plot was intriguing and constantly changing, so it was very... She gave us 4 stars. No, ma'am. Okay, so let's go on to the next book, because I don't even remember this. Cross Country. I do remember Cross Country. So Cross Country was the one where he goes to Africa. Okay, and I gave this book 1 star. Let's read the synopsis. When the home of Alex Cross's longtime friend, Ellie Cox... It's about gangs, and then he goes to Africa to discover who the gangs are. When the home of Alex Cross's longtime friend, Ellie Cox, has turned into the worst murder scene Alex has ever seen, he is devastated. The destruction leads him to believe that he's chasing a horrible new breed of killer. As Alex and his girlfriend, Brianna Stone, begin the hunt for the villain responsible for the killings, they quickly find themselves entangled in the deadly Nigerian underworld of Washington, D.C. What they discover is shocking. A strongly organized gang of teenage thugs headed by a powerful, diabolical man, the Tiger. As the killing spree escalates, Alex and Brianna realize they are not dealing with any ordinary killer, but one who has brought the personal war of vengeance to America's capital. But just when the detectives think they're closing it, the whole book took place in Africa. He was in jail the entire book. Unable to but just when the detectives think they're closing in on an elusive murderer, the Tiger disappears into thin air. Unable to let the killer get away with this butcher to get this narrow escape, Alex makes it his duty to bring this brutal butcher to justice. He knows what he must follow the Tiger alone. When Alex arrives in Nigeria, he discovers a world where justice is as foreign as he is, unprotected and alone in a strange country, bombarded on all sides by the murderous threats of the Tiger. Alex must draw on his fiercest instincts just to survive in a lawless world. So when I read this book, okay, the reason why I gave it 1 star was the whole book is about this gang warfare and this killings that happened in Washington, D.C. And they find out that this Nigerian gang is behind it, okay? So Alex Cross, against Nana Mama's better advice, but she's like, you're going to do what you're going to do. He goes to Nigeria, okay? Well, he has no protection there, even as a police officer or detective. So in Nigeria, they put him in jail, okay? So the majority of the book is him in this Nigerian jail cell. And then working with this person on the outside, and then they get him out, and they have to kind of escape him out of the country and all this kind of stuff, and all this stuff happens. It didn't take me long, probably a fourth of the way through this book, that I felt like James Patterson, the book was an intentional message about hostage situations and Nigerian and African jails. It's kind of what I felt like. The book really wasn't about Alex Cross. It was to make a point of what was going on in like Nigerian jails and things like that. And I don't know. It just, for me, it kind of missed the point. Alex Cross seemed very whiny to me in this book. It didn't really seem to shine, I think, a better light on what that process looks like or what that system looks like. I don't know. I was not engaged in this book at all. And I know the last book is called Alex Cross's Trial because I remember this. Alex Cross's Trial. And this book completely baffled me. I think I gave it, I don't even know what I got, view book details. I gave it 2 stars. So I started reading this book, okay, and I got about 20 minutes into it and I was on my walk, and I called Mel and I said, hey, I got a question for you. And she goes, what? I said, have you finished Alex Cross's Trial? And she goes, yeah. And I said, does this have anything to do with Alex Cross? I didn't really understand why it was in the series. Now, a lot of people really, really liked it. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts after I read the synopsis on it, okay? Separated by time from his grandmother, Alex Cross has heard the story of his great-uncle Abraham and his struggles for survival in the era of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, Alex passes the family tale along to his own children in a novel he's written. So, the novel is written by James Patterson, and I don't know who this person is, Richard DeLallo. I wanted to see who he was before I get into this. I don't know anything about this guy. He's only read. Okay. But anyway, So the book is supposedly by Alex Cross, who is, I don't know why I felt like this was a little problematic, okay? James Patterson is white. He's writing a black male character. The character, Alex Cross, has now written a book for his children about his great-grandfather's experience with the Ku Klux Klan in the South. To me, I just was like, I didn't really understand it. I thought, I even looked, in all honesty, to see what year Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee came out, because I was like, is this his response to Harper Lee? It felt so bizarre to me. I will say this. I think in the context of the series of Alex Cross, and I don't know, it felt off to me. If somebody else had written this book, I think I probably would have enjoyed it. I didn't think that it was horribly done. I thought that it had a lot of insight. I thought that it was compassionate. I thought that it had really good lessons in it. It just felt weird to me that it was told in the context the way that I just explained it to you. I don't know. I kind of couldn't get it out of my head. Separated by time from his grandmother, Alex Cross has heard the story of his great-uncle Abraham and his struggles for survival. I guess it was his great-uncle, not great-grandfather. And his struggles for survival in the era of the Ku Klux Klan. Now Alex passes the family tale along to his own children in a novel he's written. A novel called Trial. So the preface talks about that. Connected by blood as a lawyer in turn-of-the-century Washington, D.C., Ben Corbett, who is white, represents the toughest cases. Fighting against oppression and racism, he risks his family. So he's very much an Atticus Finch type from To Kill a Mockingbird. He risks his family and his life in the process. When President Roosevelt asks Ben to return to his hometown to investigate rumors of the resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan there, he cannot refuse. So he has to go back to his hometown where he grew up, where his father is a judge, okay, to find out if lynchings are happening in the South, in this small town. Which I felt like it was kind of bizarre that President Roosevelt, I mean, there's conversations that he has with President Roosevelt in the book. I don't love when you take real people that lived real lives and you fictionalize conversations that they had, especially on topics that are as important as this. I mean, I think we know that how Roosevelt felt in situations like this, but and Eleanor Roosevelt, we know where their stance was on things like this, but to fictionalize conversations that they had, it seems, and there were writers in there, like W.E. Du Bois. I mean, there were a lot of people in there, prominent people within the historically black community that James Patterson was giving voice to, that I just thought it was weird. I don't know, it was unsettling to me. It was almost problematic, honestly. And then President Roosevelt asks this attorney to go back to the small town that he grew up in, which is this small town in Alabama or Mississippi, I think, to find out in this very small town, if in that specific small town, if it's true that lynchings are occurring. I just thought it was a stretch that out of all the towns, because he's like, oh, he's from that town, that was where he would go. I don't know. It just felt strange to me. United by bravery, when he arrives in Eudora, Mississippi, Ben meets the wife, and he's also having problems with his wife. His wife doesn't want him to leave, and she's threatening divorce and all this kind of stuff. Ben meets the wise Abraham Cross and his beautiful granddaughter Moody, which I loved her as a character. Ben enlists their help, and the two Crosses introduce him to the hidden side of the idyllic southern town. Lynchings have become commonplace, and residents of the town's black quarter live in constant fear. Ben aims to break the reign of terror, but the truth of who he is, really behind it, could break his heart. Written in the fearless voice of Detective Alex Cross, it really had nothing to do with Alex Cross at all, except for it was his great uncle. Alex Cross's Trial is a gripping story of murder, love, and above all, bravery. What is the average rating on this? 4 stars? I don't know. What did this person say? This started out strong, and I liked the timeline of being in the early 1900s, but over the course of the book, I found myself getting bored with the repetitive. I mean, it was okay. I mean, the idea it felt like, to me, like, is this James Patterson's Harper Lee moment? I don't know. To me, it was a little unsettling, in all honesty. So that was the 15th book in the series. And then for June, we have 16, 17, 18. And those books, let me pull it up. I'm pulling up the series right now on Goodreads. And those books are 16, 17, and 18. I cannot believe we're almost halfway through this. This is what I was saying to Mel when I was walking in. I was talking. I like these books. It's fun reading a series. But I wouldn't say this is one of the best series I've ever read. I mean, when I get done with it, I'll be like, oh my God, I've read all the Alex Cross books. And I think it'll be, I'm fun. It's fun to do. The books are short. They're easy to read. But I don't know that, like, It's not the best series. They're not the best books. Some I really like. Some I'm bored to death with. So the next book is I, Alex Cross. It is book 16. And then Crossfire by Alex Cross, book 17. And then Kill Alex Cross, book 18. And those are the 3 books for June, which is so interesting because in July, I am doing with my friend Nikki a Christmas in July read-along. And the book for July, book 19, is Merry Christmas, Alex Cross, which fits perfectly with Christmas in July. But that's not until July. So the 3 books, again, are 16, 17, and 18. You can just go by month. Like January was 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6. So June is 16, 17, 18. But anyway, it's fun reading the series. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I know everything about the series now. Anyway, let me know what you thought about all those books in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.